Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Random Match Monday. Let's see what we're going to end up with this week. I've got my hand over my eyes, and hopefully when I let go it's going to be something fun and interesting. Let's find out. Main event, good call. So I'm going to go left to right the first time. And then I'm going to go up and down. And what are we going to end up with this time? Well, I've flicked it to the right. Let's go back over there and do it again. Good start. Right, it's an Iron Man. And you know what? I'm going to take the randomness out of this because we're not having a 60-minute Iron Man match. Single, no manager versus... Yeah, we're going to have a 10 minutes because obviously we could be here for quite a long time. I'm going to control a participant on each side, as I've got both my controllers plugged in. And again, let's go at random. So at first we've got Orlando Bloody Jordan. Or just Orlando Jordan, as some people call him. And he will be taking on Roy from Pokemon Horizons, who will be managed by Batista. Interesting. And we'll pick a random arena. Smackdown. That was the first one anyway, wasn't it? Without further ado, let's get to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest isn't scheduled for one fall. It's an Iron Man match with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Orlando, Florida, he weighs in tonight at 250 pounds, Orlando Jordan.
Well, ring announcer getting a bit mixed up there, but Orlando Jordan scheduled to square off here in a 10-minute Iron Man match. Thank goodness we didn't have the random draw. It could have ended up being 60 minutes. Orlando Jordan, not his first appearance in the random match format. I believe the first week, competing in that 3-on-2 handicap match, coming out short against the Junkyard Dog and whoever the other participant was in that match, but nonetheless, Doug Basham, that's who it was. I've got to believe Jordan's going to be the firm favourite in this match. The man he's about to square off with has never had a professional wrestling match.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by the Animal Batista, hailing from Japan and weighing in tonight at 151 pounds, Roy.
Well, Roy from Pokemon Horizons, set to make his professional wrestling debut here on Random Match Monday. The question is, how helpful is Batista going to be at ringside? Got to believe the Animal Batista may have been better off taking this match, but Roy's confident in his own abilities. He wanted to take the match himself against Orlando Jordan. Not a normal match. 10-minute Iron Man match, it doesn't matter if you get pinned, you can still win the match as long as you score more falls over your opponent than they score over you. Hopefully this is going to be a fascinating contest. The first match of Random Match Monday we may do. We'll see how it goes. We'll do at least 2 matches this week, perhaps 3. We'll see how interested I am in doing this. You could cut the electricity in here with a knife, but you'd probably end up with a funny hairstyle. As we're about to get underway here, the bell rings, the timer is ticking down. The question is, can Roy do well in his pro wrestling debut? As Orlando Jordan steps in, trying to get Roy to engage in a Roman Greco knuckle lock. And look at that, a cheap shot now by Jordan, going to work with the strikes. Roy could be in trouble here as Jordan picks him up. Look at that for a move. Modified version of a vertical suplex. And very early on here, Jordan could have done enough to get the first fall. Oh, I'm very, very close. Well, Batista shouting instructions from the apron. He's not happy about the way Roy's conducting himself thus far. He's been training for a few weeks with Batista. But thus far, Orlando Jordan firmly in control, only very early into this match though. as Orlando sends him for the ride off the ropes. Beautiful power slam. The cover's made, the shoulders down. This could be the first fall here. Referee making the counter from a very, very near fall there. Orlando Jordan doing everything right. Maintaining control. Roy has looked to not have a prayer in this match thus far. You've got to believe if the direction of traffic continues like this is going to be a dominant victory. Heavy right hands to the face now by Orlando Jordan. He may be about to try and finish this match off, but look at Roy from behind. Lances his face into the canvas. Was he playing possum? That's the question. As Roy now goes to the top, tries to double axe handle. Orlando Jordan nearly getting out of the way, but gets nailed in the back of the head. As now Roy sends him for the ride off the ropes and tries picking the 250 pounder up, but too much of a size disadvantage and couldn't get him off the ground. As now Jordan with a nice drop kick. Well, 2 minutes into this Iron Man match and we're yet to see a decision, but we could see one here. Very, very painful single leg Boston Crab with the added knee in the spine. Roy could be in real trouble. Oh, but wait a minute, look at this. Roy getting out and reversing that hold. He's locked it in, Orlando Jordan. Well, what a turnaround, but couldn't capitalise on it. Nice drop kick by Roy. He's really doing a good job, but tries another drop kick. That move was well telegraphed after trying it the first time, and this time Jordan with another power slam.
1, 2,
Leg is hooked, shoulders down, and Orlando Jordan takes the first fall here. Roy looks to be in real trouble. Had a brief bit of momentum there, but it didn't make a difference. And look at Jordan, an amateur boxing background, this man. And showing his skills off. As Jordan now looking to go for the second fall, perhaps going to go for his finishing manoeuvre. Look at this, picks Roy up, but look, nice reversal into a DDT, and perhaps creating an opening for himself here. Nice swinging net breaker by Roy. He finds himself one behind. He's got to win one fall here. If he doesn't, he's going to be going home early, but that was a nice missile drop kick. Could that be enough to get the second fall? Lateral press, shoulders down. And look at the power of Orlando Jordan, too big for Roy. As now he comes charging in, tries the elbow, Roy ducking away. As he rings the arm now. Batista looks a little bit happier on the apron, but at a firm disadvantage, one fall behind. As he tries charging in, Jordan drops down, sent off the ropes with his momentum. Well, Jordan should have really capitalised on that, but he is now. Look at this. The left jab's being thrown to the face, and look at Jordan in full stride and a big right hand. And that really stung him, that one. We could have our second fall. It could be 2-0 here, and very, very close, but Roy just about managing to get the shoulder up. Orlando Jordan not happy with the speed of the referee's count, making a complaint here. A moment of disbelief, but Jordan maintaining control so far in this match as he goes to the top rope. Roy looks to get to his feet, tries a diving clothesline. Roy getting out of the way. Maybe this is an opening for the Pokemon Journeys, Horizons, whatever it was, star. Dangling him upside down now in the turnbuckle. Certainly not the place you want to be in a wrestling match. And Roy really doing a number now on the chief of staff of JBL. As now Roy sends him for the ride off the rope. Beautiful back body drop, very well executed. As now he looks to go up top once again, but this time Orlando Jordan's going to get there first. Just halfway in this match, and Jordan dropping him face first with his finishing manoeuvre, whatever it's called. And now with a leg tuck, it's not looking good here for the Pokemon Horizon star. And Orlando Jordan opens up a 2-fall win. Roy yet to do anything of significance in this match. This is going to be a dominant performance, that's for sure. As now Orlando Jordan tries to perform an attack in the corner. But look at Roy turning it around, managed to perch the big man on the top rope, hooks the arm. Is he going to nail it? Beautiful superplex right off the top. And that's the kind of move you need to pull out of the bag when you're 2 falls behind. But look at Jordan getting to his feet first. Tries the elbow. Oh, the referee's gone down here. The referee has gone down. Tries an attack. Roy turning it around the Thez press. And look at Roy. Where's Roy going here? Well, referee's down. I guess it's fair game. Gets to his feet. Nails him with a ring bell. Roy using the fact the referee was down to his full advantage. And now look at this face buster by Roy. Oh, but he's in a bad way here. He's in a bad way. Nonetheless, still fighting. Blocks the punch. Look at this heavy combination in the corner. Orlando Jordan looks to be in trouble, but less than 4 minutes left on the clock. Very unlikely he's going to be able to get 2 pins in that time to even level it up. Nonetheless, this man won't give up. Sends him for the ride. Tries picking Jordan up again. But this time Jordan again too heavy for the man to get off the ground. We've got 3 minutes 30 seconds left. He goes behind, slams his face into the canvas. And once again goes for the cover, but too close to the ropes. And once again Jordan using all of that power. Well, we were hoping for a more competitive match here on Random Match Monday, but it's been one-sided thus far and very little time left. As Orlando Jordan looks to finish this match once and for all. But look at Roy turning him around. Now look at this quick roll-up. Quick roll-up. And Jordan looks to be caught by surprise by that pin. And Roy has got to fall back here. Can you believe it? But look at Jordan. Straight back to his feet. Straight back up fighting. And he could quite easily get another fall here. And put it beyond all doubt. That's what he needs to do. As Jordan sends him into the corner. Rams his head right into the turnbuckle. Now Jordan charges in with a dropkick. Great athlete, this man. And he's just got to bide his time here as Jordan is still in the lead. Barring any stupid mistakes, he should win this match. As look at that though. Reversal by Roy with a Thes press and right hands to the face. There may be life in this match just yet. As now Jordan gets to his feet, gets nailed with a double axe handle. And now Roy telling him to get up. Nice knee to the gut. And Roy doing everything he can here to hopefully level this up. As Jordan finds himself in the turnbuckle. Dangling him upside down again. Just under 2 minutes left on the clock here. The question is, can the Pokemon Horizon star do anything to change his fate? Or will Orlando Jordan be able to do anything here as he sends him for the ride? And again tries picking him up, a silly mistake. And Batista is berating him on the apron. I can't blame him. And look at Jordan drops him face first. Well, that's got to be it. This match has to be over now. You've got to believe he's going to open up a 2-fall advantage, and he certainly has. Oh, this one may be over. Jordan with another drop kick. He's just got to run out the clock here. And now sends Roy for the ride. Nice right hand by the... Well, he's got boxing credentials. I don't know that much about him. And Jordan now tries the Irish whip though. Look at Roy reversing. DDT. A DDT by Roy. And that could be enough to get another fall. Well, less than a minute left on the clock, but if he can somehow get another one over his opponent, he may just be able to end this as a time limit draw. Needs to do something drastic here though. That may be it, a face buster on Jordan. But look at this, he's in a bad way, this man. He's in a real bad way. As now Jordan comes charging off the ropes, comes in, tries to... Well, there was maybe an opening there for Roy, couldn't capitalise on it because of his weakened state, and now gets his face slammed into the canvas. This one has to be over, and Jordan for some reason going to the top rope, tries dropping an elbow. But look at Roy with the reversal, getting the knees up.
1, 2.
Oh, and that was very, very close. Roy putting up one hell of a fight in that one, but in the end he couldn't prevent his fate.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Orlando Jordan.
What a great win for Orlando Jordan. I tell you what, take nothing away from Roy from Pokemon Horizon. Put up one hell of a fight, but in the end, the experience factor, the size factor, Orlando Jordan, your winner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I said I'd do 2 today, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And again, keep my finger on it. A handicap match. 1-on-2. I'll tell you what. I'll be the one. Who have we got? I'm going to be playing as Jimmy Hart. I've really got the best chance there, haven't I? And my opponents will be, please be someone not too bad, Snitsky. And not Tori Wilson. The Annihilator of Idaho, as many people call her. And I'm going to pick a random arena. No way out. There really is going to be no way out here for Jimmy Hart. Without further ado, let's get to the ring for our final match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a handicap match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Memphis, Tennessee, he weighs in tonight at 160 pounds, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Well, Jimmy Hart coming to the ring with that megaphone. We've seen him use it as a weapon before. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to use it in this match. Disqualifications will be enforced. It's a normal rules match. The only difference is he's going to have two opponents facing off against him at the same time. An uphill battle here for the mouth of the South. The question is, can the legendary manager pull off the upset of the century here? Or will it be business as usual for the two wrecking machines that he's going to be facing here tonight?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his first opponent. Hailing from Pennsylvania, weighing in tonight at 300 pounds, Snitsky.
Well, if you've got any babies, don't let him near this man. He may punt kick him into the crowd, but nonetheless, Gene Snitsky, the first of two opponents here. Well, I say the first of two, they're both going to be in the ring at the same time, but the first to enter the ring, the big 300-pounder from Pennsylvania. I mean, even if this was a one-on-one match, you wouldn't give Jimmy Hart a fighting chance. But when he's going to be in the ring with two deadly and dangerous opponents, if I was a betting man, the last person to be betting on in this match is Jimmy Hart. He could get absolutely destroyed in this one. Very, very likely that's going to happen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his partner, hailing from Boyne-Diddley-Young, Idaho, Tori Wilson.
The Terrorizer. No, it wasn't the Terrorizer, it was the... Fuck, what was the nickname now? I had a great nickname for Tori Wilson, I forgot it 30 seconds later. The Annihilator of Idaho, there it is. The powerhouse known as Tori Wilson. Fucking hell. Making a way to the ring here, and Jimmy Hart may not leave this match of his own accord. He may be stretchered out here. He may have to spend a year in hospital. Tori Wilson, he just needs to fight Gene Snitsky if he wants to stay in one piece. Snitsky may just beat him in a match. Tori Wilson may cripple him for life. Nonetheless, this match is about to start. It's 2-on-1. Nowhere to turn here for the mouth of the South. Well, I said he's nowhere to turn. He's turning around this ring quite a lot. Perhaps the difficulty isn't too high here. Trying to take Tori Wilson down, but immediately finding himself in the clutches. Well, wait a minute. Snitsky going after Tori Wilson. Snitsky thinks this is a triple threat match, but nonetheless a back suplex to the mouth of the South. Chanting for Tori. Reminiscent of the Goldberg chant in the late 90s, as Tori Wilson now locking in a Boston Crab, but referee's not going to pay attention until Snitsky gets himself back in the ring. I completely forgot about countouts being counted, so look at that double punch by Jimmy Hart, nailing both competitors. Oh, and trying to lift the big 300-pounder, big waste of time there for the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Could have put his back out on that one. Look at this, Tori Wilson going after him. And Wilson now with a knee to the gut tries the Irish whip. Strong Irish whip and sends the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, over the top rope to the outside. And look at Snitsky while the referee's focused on Jimmy Hart, exposing that turnbuckle.
1,
And look at Jimmy Hart, my God!
1.
Should call in the missile of the South, diving right over the top, taking the big man out. Well, this may be the worst match so far we've had on Random Match Monday. But it may get better, you never know. Counter 4 by the referee. Nice back suplex by Hart on Torrie Wilson. And look at Hart, he's on fire at the moment, sending Snitsky into that turnbuckle that he exposed, and now both partners colliding inside of that ring. And now look at this, Jimmy Hart taking the knee out from under Torrie Wilson. And a punch to the, well, I was going to say to the Ghoulies, but I suppose you could still call it, you could call it the Nether Regions. I had another word in mind there, but I really shouldn't say it on YouTube. Nonetheless, the match's still going on, as Snitsky seems to not understand that being in the ring is quite important. To look at Jimmy Hart. But if this was a Royal Rumble, he would have won it. But it's not a Royal Rumble, so he's won nothing. Nonetheless, still going after Torrie Wilson, Torrie the Terrible. And Gene Snitsky, I think he may have had a bash to the head here. Maybe when he was a baby somebody punk kicked him, you never know. It'd explain why he doesn't understand the rules, gets taken out by the mouth of the South. But look at Torrie now, going right after Jimmy Hart. And oh no, sends him spine first into that exposed turnbuckle, big DDT. Torrie Wilson absolutely on fire. Not literally, of course, that was a completely different match last week. For some reason, Jimmy Hart just sat there really in a bad way. Jimmy Hart's not a wrestler, he's a manager. And showing the difference between standing at ringside and being inside of that ring. Look at this Boston Crab, but Jimmy Hart managing to find a way out. Certainly not impressed by the teamwork of Snitsky and Torrie Wilson here. I don't think they're going to become the PGW Tag Team Champions. That's going to happen in a few weeks. Stay tuned for the date, details, all that good stuff. Letting Jimmy Hart back up, now trying a back suplex on Gene Snitsky. And once again, still thinks he can lift 300 pounds off the ground, but he can't. But look at Jimmy Hart now fighting away. Fighting like a man possessed. And he goes behind, takes the knee out from the big man. And now going after Torrie Wilson. Big right hand to the face. Well, I thought Jimmy Hart liked girls, but I think it's girls in cars that he likes the most. Calling to his 1980s song. And now Torrie Wilson, all the numbers game catching up with Jimmy Hart. Pulls him back, big elbow to the head. We're going to finally see some cohesion. Are we finally going to see some teamwork from these two, or maybe not? But Torrie Wilson ringing the arm, taking them out for the South, down to the canvas, who now finds himself at the mercy of both competitors. And now this big behemoth, Gene Snitsky, trying to snap the neck of Jimmy Hart. This one could be all over. It wouldn't be a bad thing if it was over, but for some reason the match is going on. And look at Torrie Wilson, the terrorizer of Tennessee. But look at this though, Jimmy Hart fighting back. What guts on this man. Snitsky doing some kind of strange dance past him. As now Jimmy Hart knocks him on the apron, knocks him to the outside. Is he going to try and get the cover on Torrie Wilson? He may very well do here. Referee, the absolute idiot, had his back turned. The man needs his head checking for some reason. Snitsky not breaking up the cover. But it wasn't quite enough there. Very, very close to pulling off the upset was Jimmy Hart. Or the upset. Depends on what part of the world you're in, how you pronounce that word. But nonetheless, Snitsky sends him for the right off the ropes. Big right hand. And then for some reason stumbles over. Both trying to grab each other at the same time. And once again, Jimmy Hart, the absolute buffoon, trying to lift the 300 pounds. It's not going to happen. Come on. And now Wilson. Wilson with a first press, taking them out for the South, down on the canvas once again. This is not one of the finer matches we've ever had on Random Match Monday. Look at that though, trying to slap the drop kick away. Tries the Irish whip on Snitsky. Snitsky puts the brakes on. Jimmy Hart though, still fighting away. This man will not quit, that's for sure. But the big man will not go off his feet. Either tries a waistlock elbow to the head by Snitsky, and Torrie Wilson taking him down with a test press and right hands to the face. Once again going for that neck twist. Very painful submission maneuver, centre of the ring. Could the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, be about to tap out? No, he's not. This match will go on. And on and on and on. And it won't stop until the break of dawn. And now look at this power by the big man. Snitsky picking up Jimmy Hart and presses him and drops him right into the canvas. He could have been 8 feet in the air when Snitsky threw him there. Jimmy Hart in a real bad way. For God's sake, go for the cover and a big boot. Well, Snitsky really doing a number here on the mouth of the South. What's he going for here? Well, I've never seen this move from him. Jimmy Hart, the pump handle slam. And now with a lateral press, the shoulders down, but the idiotic referee clearly not got eyes in the back of his head. He may have him in his arse though. I think his brains may be in his arse, and now making the cover, and finally Jimmy Hart has pulled off the impossible here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner of the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think this is going to get any better, so we'll call it a day for Random Match Monday. In my opinion, the worst episode we've ever done. Well, nonetheless, if you enjoyed it, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. My God, that was dreadful.